YouTube. What's going on? It's Sandz. Got this little jewel of a video. This is actually footage by ThatKid2013, one of the subs on here, but more importantly, one of my friends from back in Oregon, and also a person that I've been playing League play with recently. So both of us decided that it was time to really start grinding on League and seeing what's going on. We kind of got interested in MLG and also, you know, the professional gaming scene. Don't know if I don't know, at least if I have what it takes to make it as a pro. That kid definitely does, but for me, I'm still kind of behind the times. In this video, for example, you know, he goes 60-2, I believe. But you know, yeah, he pretty much just tears this shit up. So League play itself, at least for the Champion Series, is definitely a grinder. I mean, you're talking about 4v4 and a variety of game modes, which are just basically, you know, hardpoint, capture the flag, search and destroy, and it does actually affect your kill to death ratio. So if that's something that you're really concerned with, then I would highly recommend that you do not play League. The interesting thing to note, though, is that if you look at like the actual pros, you know, when they're playing, their kill to death ratio is not that high. I mean, it's barely over 1 for the majority of them, just because it is that difficult. So I would recommend, for those of you that are really trying to improve your gameplay, go out and give the Champion Series League play a try, just because you really learn what your strengths are, you really learn what your weaknesses are. I would say that maybe over the last week and a half, I guess 2 weeks we've been playing now, like, I have gotten so frustrated at myself, but I've also learned that I'm definitely very weak in a lot of different areas, so I really need to improve. But you know, one of the coolest things I think about playing in that Champion Series League play is that you actually have the opportunity to play against some of the professional teams. So you know, Optic Gaming and Unite and Farico, all those guys run scrims or run scrimmages on League. So you know, if it's something that you guys are really interested in, and if nothing else, you know, you guys should really kind of get out there and try it out, just so that you can better yourself. You're gonna find that it makes you a much stronger player. So for those of you that may not watch MLG or anything like that, it's one of those things, again, like I said at the beginning, you know, that is kind of more recent for me to get into, but it's extremely addicting and extremely interesting, and you know, there's about 10 teams that are out there that are extremely well known or really kind of renowned. So you know, one of them happens to be Unite, and the other day, like, this shit is crazy. I was actually kind of sad and disappointed that I wasn't on. I was out. My sister flew in for a visit, so I was showing her the sights and, you know, doing some family stuff. But that kid was rolling solo, and Team Unite got on. And if you guys aren't sure who they are, they actually finished second most recently at MLG Dallas, and they qualified for the $1 million Call of Duty Championship. So that kid, he got pretty ham on it, did extremely well. So I got the footage of that gameplay that I'm going to be uploading here, you know, here in the next couple weeks. You guys definitely are going to want to check that out. I mean, that kid was rolling with basically, you know, 3 complete strangers, and they ended up beating you know, Team Unite. Given it was just one round to capture the flag, and of course, you know, there's a variety of different situations, but I mean, it's just one of those things that's really cool to be able to have the opportunity to play against the pros, and then for that kid to actually just, you know, get ham on it and handle business and do work. I mean, that's just awesome and outstanding. So big props to him. Now, along with this, he is going to have his own YouTube channel set up here in the future. Not sure exactly when that's going to happen, but of course, you know, I'll be sharing that with you guys. And he does have his Twitter. His Twitter is at ThatKid2013. So go ahead and hit him up on that. He's pretty new to Twitter, so you know, I don't even know if he's really like tweeting. I don't even know if he knows what he's doing on it. So so you guys can go out there and shoot him the little, you know, questions or comments or whatever you may have. But again, you know, this gameplay I think really illustrates a lot of his strengths. And one of the things that I noticed just from watching this is how different his gameplay style is from mine. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, my gameplay style is like horrible, but what I am saying is that the way that he plays and the angles that he takes is completely different from how I play. So for me, looking at it, you know, it's interesting and it's exciting to watch it. And look at that, 41-0 right in the first round. So I mean, you know, like I'm saying, he just goes ham on shit. So one of the biggest things that I can recommend as far as like improving the way that you play, or helping your kill to death ratio, or helping you just become an overall better player, is to watch film. You know, I mean, in sports or in all professional athletics, that's what a lot of players do, right? You look at American football, for example, and they're always in the film room, whether you're playing college or in the pros, right? If you're watching basketball, if you're playing soccer, it's the same thing. Teams are always looking at opposite, you know, people's film. So it's one of those things, you know, like we're watching this, you may pick up a couple of tips and tricks just on your own that I'm not going to be able to define, you know, that I'm not going to be able to put into words. You know, how he approaches, you know, Bravo, or how he approaches, you know, Charlie, or the way that he goes around a corner. So it's one of those things that I think that you can really learn a lot from, and you can take away just a ton of information from. So in some of my later videos here on the tips and tricks just of how to better yourself in league play, I've got this one round, I think I went like 4-25, no joke. Like, I mean, I was dying every fucking second. It was absolutely terrible. Part of the reason why I want to show it to you, actually there was like this weird glitch that happened where I kept on getting points for some random reason. But the other part of it is just because I consider myself to be like an average player, like a decent player, but for me to go like 4-26 or whatever the fuck I did, I mean, that was kind of like a first for me, you know. So it was like a really really eye-opening, sobering experience, and I learned a lot from it. So as time goes on here, I'm going to be showing you guys footage of the other teammates and introducing you guys to the other teammates. Got a couple of other people on deck, and I think that we're going to obviously have some people that we would like to have as backups. I know that a lot of you have expressed interest in it, so if it's something that you guys are still serious and considering, I think what we're going to do is we're going to run tryouts to fill, you know, that last position, or else to have a couple of people as backups, and see how far that we can take this. You know, so in reality, you know, I mean, I do work full time or whatever, but I would love to have the opportunity to, you know, go participate in an event like MLG Dallas, you know what I mean, and compete at that level, or compete in the Call of Duty Championship. I mean, obviously those are the top teams in the world, but you know, it's just one of those things that I think would be really, really fun and exciting, and to have the opportunity to do that would be amazing. So so I'm not promising anything by any means. I'm not saying, in fact, I don't even think that I'm, you know, good enough by far to get anywhere near the pro level. I think ThatKid2013 right here definitely has a skill set though, and definitely can make it far if that's what he decides to do. So in any case, I'm gonna leave you guys with the rest of this film. Go ahead, study up, stay tuned for the next installment. Stay tuned for all the other tips and tricks that we're gonna get going on, and I hope that this video helps you out, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. So go ahead, follow ThatKid2013 on Twitter, and stay tuned for his YouTube channel that will be forthcoming. Alright, you guys, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of the vid.